today what we got on, we've got this little chap here, diesel fuel filter for the 3 Series. Now I've had this car for absolutely ages, never changed this, never changed it. The filter that's on the car at the minute has done over 100,000 miles. Now I like to push things to the limit sometimes, and these little chappies underneath the car, they're a big old filter. Wait, so let's get it changed. I'm going to cut the old one open and see how dirty it is inside. 100,000 miles? Let's see how bad it is. So she's in. Let's get underneath, find out how that filter is, get the trim down, and then we can pull it off and change it over. Right, let's try and get you in here. Come and have a look, see what we've got. Oh, let's have a look. Let's see if we can get you down in the mucky bits. Right, here we go, down in the depths of it. Oh, okay. Under this cover here, which is held on with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little bolts. We've got little 8mm bolts, and I think there's one 10mm over the back there. Behind here is the fuel filter. You can just see it through here. You can just see that silver thing there. So it's behind this panel. That's where we've got to go to get it out. So let's whip this trim off and let's see how we get on. Right, let's go for it. So we just work his way round, starting off down the corner, using the electric ratchet. You don't have to use your normal ratchet. These little 8mm bolts, they're like a self-tapping into a little clip. The little clips sometimes spin if you're not careful, or if they're a bit corroded. Now, just down here on this side, that one's stuck. There you go, and I pulled it and it's flew to the floor. We'll pick that up. No harm done. The next one comes out okay, but the following one is going to be tight. The head on it, this one here, the head is kind of like corroded a little bit. And it was slipping a bit, but gently just eased it round and away we go. Yeah, that was a bit tricky. There's a little bit of corrosion under it. I mean, obviously you can imagine there's a lot of salt and stuff that goes under the car in the bad weather. You know, gets onto these little connectors and nuts and bolts, and does corrode them slightly. That's the 8mm ones out. Let's get that 10mm one out as well. So this one's a little bit bigger, and again there's a lot of corrosion comes down. Some cruddy corrosion on that one. Bit of dirt and debris coming off it. And the last bit is a twist. This is a little twisty one here, so we just get hold of that trim there and turn it sideways like that. And away it comes, and we'll get that over there. Right, and here's the offending article. Oh my goodness me. Right. We need an oil tray or a pan just to catch there's going to be some drips coming out of that when we take the pipes off. Let's get in and have a look at that. Alright, here we go. Here's an oil pan. Catch some of that stuff. Okay, so what we've got here is a 13mm clamp bolt here with a little one to peg it in the middle. We've got this connector plug here, this is a heater. Just heats the diesel before it goes into the filter. On a cold day, just helps the car start, makes the diesel a little bit thinner. You've got a little hose here with a little Jubilee clip on it, and this is a big R clip that we're going to pull down. We'll pull the R clip down and then pop that off the end. So we'll leave it all fastened into the bracket for now while we get these 2 connectors off the end there. Not a fan of changing diesel filters. You generally end up getting a load of diesel down your arm and all the rest of it. But hey ho, we've got to get on with it at some point, ain't we? Right, let's find out what size that is. There it is. So TX20 for that one. We'll drop that into the end of the screwdriver. Okay, so the R clip, we just get a little screwy under that, just pull it down, pop
pop that off, look. There we go. Put that safe there. Now that will pull out backwards. And then again, we've got this little hose on this side, which is literally, we'll get a flat bladed screwdriver in there and undo that one. Just a little Jubilee clip. Get that, and then we can slide that back. That's definitely out of the way. So what I do with these ones is generally get a pair of pliers and just give it a gentle twist, just to break the rubber. There it goes. Just to break the little rubber seal on there. Now we should be able to slide this end off. Get a screwdriver behind it and just, here it comes. Just pull it back. Gently lever it off, and let's see how much is in that. I'll get my drain tub up. There we go. Oh, that's brilliant. There's hardly anything comes out of there. When we take that end off, we'll probably find we'll lose a bit, because it is it's like a vacuum at the minute. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we won't lose too much. Always good to have a bit of rag on hand, just to stop any of the shenanigans of the drips. Let's get that new filter as well. So here's this new one. We'll pull that little rubber dobber off the end. Okay, there we go. Look, that's what it looks like. And we can see there it has got the two noggins on it. So it's going to go in, we'll have the writing towards, so it's going to go in like that way with those up and down. Okay, so that's there ready to go.
One to look out for, it does turn out that there's two different filters for this car. The one that's fitted and the one that I've bought there, and it's not the right one.
Right, let's go with this back seal then.
Not that I've realised yet.
Where's the diesel going to come from? Front or back? Front or back? Let's try and see. Let's again, I can just prise that back a bit. Just lever that away. Just give it a couple of little twisting. See, it's starting to come now. Here it comes. Where's the diesel going to come from? Front or back? Front or back? I can see I'm going to get it all over me. I don't want to get in your way, I don't want to block the camera. So here goes nothing. Let's try it. Oh, you know what? It don't look too bad. It don't look too bad. I think we're going to be okay. Oh, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking. Can you see? I don't want to block yet. There's obviously a bit of tension. Oh, get it all down my arm. Yeah, diesel's horrible. I hate it.
Stop faffing about and just pull it out already.
Oh, here we go. Let's have that out then. Here we go. Oh, man. Right, she's out. She's out. A bit of a splishy splashy. Not too bad though. I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Let's get that 13mm bracket off now. With that, we can loosen off that clamp there. Get that out of the way. And then the 13.
Oh, it's splashing all over my trousers. I won't be laughing in a minute. And what's the bet? So drop this bolt. Oh, there we go.
And then we can slide that out and just tip that up and drain all the remaining diesel out of it. Just try to separate that bit. Let's slide this old bloody one out. Oh, she's tight. Oh, she's tight. Come on, you little turd. Let's be having you. that's separated from that. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's done it. And now we can whip that out. Oh, we need the rubber off that one as well. There it is. Alright, so there's the old one out now. And I'll get the new one. We'll slide that back in again. Slide that in. Get that in there. Let's get that pipe back in there, stop that dripping out.
Still not realised it's the wrong filter. Oh dear. It will be upset in a minute.
There we go, that's that one. And then the second one here, again that one. We'll get that lined up.
There we go.
Push that back in again.
You can see the cogs going in my head now. Oh dear. Oh, it's not got a fit, mate.
As you can see, they've given me the wrong bloody one. Look, they're different. The ends are different on them, so I'm gonna have to go and change that now, which is a real ball ache. Yeah, what a pain that was. So there's the original. That was the other one, and now this is the next one we've got. Good lordy, hopefully this one's going to be right. We'll get a new little seal there. I don't want to lose that. Oh look, that looks better. Oh, and it's got the rubber around it as well, but it's that end that was the incorrect part, wasn't it? Okay, let's get this one on. Let's go for it. Let's get this swapped over. So let's get this pipe off the end of here again.
You can guarantee if there's two filters, you're going to get the wrong one. And it turns out that there is only two filters for these cars. But at least now you know what to look for, so you can get yours right.
Okay, that's that off of there. Slide that off. Now we don't need that rubber anymore because the new one's got one on it. It's going up there like that. So let's slide that on there like that. Oh, it's a different diameter and everything. It's a completely different filter. Completely different. So we can actually get that screw back in there as well now. Let's try and get that started. Yeah, that's looking good. I'll just leave that like that for a minute. We'll pop the cap off the back. And now we can slip that on there again. Right, that's looking good. Yeah, that's looking good. Right, and let's get that rubber seal. Delicate little rubber seal in the end. Drop that in there. Stay on there, and then we can slide that back in there. Locate that into that tab at the bottom.
And that's fitted in lovely now. This filter's right. Beautiful.
And then slot the split pin back in. Or the R-clip, whatever you want to call it. Get that back up there. Push that all the way up. Oh, she's tight.
I'll finish that off in a sec. Let's get it strapped up. I'll get that little rubber mounting through there. And then get the bolt through. And we'll get that bolted up.
Get all that back through there like that. Get that back in there.
Once that's bolted up, I'll be able to give that clip a bash, which will make it a lot easier to get it on.
Can whiz that back up. That's that all nice and tight. And we can lock that, we'll do that up nicely now. That's that in. We'll do the clip up on the end. That into place. press that up. And I've just got to get this clip back up there. So push that.
Get a bigger hammer. Give it a whack. Oh, tippity tap tap. No, give something needs a bit more weight behind it. What we got? I'm sure I can find something. Yeah, pair of pliers. Go on.
There it is. Give that a little. Make sure it's right through. There we go. And that's that locked in place. Oh, give it a little wipe down.
Oh, I found a pair of the wife's best tracksuit bottoms, look. Should be pleased.
Oh, that was a pain. I fancy getting the wrong one. I can't believe they give me the wrong filter. But sod's law that is, if there's two, you know, there's a high probability they're going to give you the wrong blooming one.
Yeah, but you should have checked it more closely. I know they look similar, but...
Right. Okay. Let's prime it up and see if it's leaking.
So we press the start button till the ignition comes on. That'll prime the system. Do that a couple of times.
So we just press the stop button a few times without pressing any pedals, and that's primed the system up. There's no leaks on there, so that looks good. So we'll start it up. I'm going to have to move you from there.
Now obviously there's air in the system. We've broke it, so there's going to be air in there. It takes a bit of turning, but eventually it fires. Now there's air still in there, there's a big bubble, and it cuts out. So then we've got to start it again now. Once the air gets into the pump, it can take a considerable amount of turning for it to force that out of the pump. It's quite hard, but persist with it and it will clear and start. Bingo. Just let it run for a little bit, give it a rev, just to make sure that air's cleared out, and then I can check for leaks.
So that's great, no leaks. Let's get the cover back on. Right, so we've got that new filter in now, and it's all good eventually. What a blooming palaver that was. Can't believe it, I can't believe they give us the wrong blooming one. But anyway, we're not going to mind too much about it. Let's get this cover back up. Get the rags down on the floor. She's a bit, got a little bit of diesel down. Right then, cover. Here we go. So first things first, we've got to go back in and rotate it into this swivel clip here. Like we did when we took it off. So that comes in. It comes in at an angle. We push it up between those. That swivel clip there. Like that. And rotate it round. That's got to go behind that one, like that. Oh, a bit of crap in my eye. That wasn't a good thing. That's why I should wear goggles. There you go. Right, there we go. It got me in the eye. Good job I've got two, isn't it? Good job I've got two eyes. Right, let's get this back up again. So we've got all of these lovely bolts. Got his little selection of little bolts there. Can you see with the light? Is the light interfering with everything? Oh man, that's a bit. That's where I want to be up there. Focus you. Right, and let's get this up. So 8mm, 10mm, 8mm. Peg it in. Just peg it up for now. That big one in there. That was the 10, and then all the others were 8s, weren't they? Okay, let's nip them all down.
So I always just put them in, get them all in finger tight, just so that you can line all of the holes up before you wind them up really tight. If you put one or two in then do them really tight, you always find that the last couple won't go in.
And 10mm one makes it 7. Last one. 7. Brilliant. That's that all back up again. Job's a good one. Oh, this is the dastardly problem of the two. that we had here. Give you a closer look. So anyway, look, the one that we eventually fitted that was correct, we have a part number there. You see that? There it is. Get it in focus. Right. Which is this filter here, which has got the little noggin coming out the back. The one that was incorrect hasn't got the noggin, it's got a hole. So they are very, very similar. Really, really similar. There's not a lot in it, and unless you know what you're looking for, you know there's always a possibility they're going to gear the wrong one like they did me. But there you go. I didn't pick up on it. I tried to fit the wrong one. But you know, I'm going to leave it here because I'm not going to. You know, we like mistakes, don't we? Makes you look a bit of a dick. Great stuff. Now, like I said to you though, this old fella has been on the car. I reckon I've never changed it. I think this has been on the car. It's got to be 100,000 miles. It's got to be. So what we'll do, being as we've got these two now, we've got a brand spanking new one and we've got an old one. Let's slice them open and see what it looks like inside. 100,000 miles of diesel gone through there. I'll work out how many litres it is because it's ridiculous. But anyway, I'll work it out, give us a rough figure, and I'll put it on the screen. Okay, here we go. We've got 2 cylinders. We've got a brand spanking new one that we attempted to fit that was the wrong one. And we've got the one that's been on the car for, I think, about 100,000 miles. So let's compare the two. Let's see how bad this one really is after being on there for such a long while. I've got the old faithful hacksaw. So let's try and chop the end off so we can get the gubbins out of it.
Now I did check back on the service history of the car and this has never been changed. So it has done the 147,000 miles, which is remarkable. But BMW states it is a lifetime filter,
Okay.
whatever lifetime means.
Wow, look at that fella. So inside here, all you've got is a little spring. So that's completely hollow. Little spring then pushes that element tightly up to this cap end here. So that's really simple. And looking in there, there's some bits of crud and stuff. Obviously I've just chopped through that. But yeah. Oh damn. So she's pretty bad. It's pretty that's pretty thick and I presume there's not a lot of, there's no big bits in there. There's no huge chunks of stuff that I'm too concerned about. But there is a bit of the odd bit of skank, look. And the fluid is going in round the outside and being pressed and then coming out the centre. So that is where all the dirt is collected on that outside face. Right, okay, new one, here we go. Well, the first thing I can say is that's thinner. That's gone through that considerably easier. Straight away, look. Oh, look at that though. Look at the difference in the manufacturing there. No spring, using plastic tabs to push that little pluggy thing into the end of that. Oh, that. It's not made as well, is it, that? With the original, you can see now the difference in the two. Plastic on the new one, metal on the old one. Yeah. But
but yeah, you can see considerably different colour. Although the old one, you can still see all the kind of print, the perforations. Would it have lasted any longer? I mean, I think it would, obviously, because it's not completely collapsed or anything. It's quite full and quite heavy, obviously, but it's full of diesel, so it's going to be, you know, it's got the weight of the diesel in the paper. So there you go. So that was really interesting. Really interesting. The car's all sorted. Fuel filter's changed. Drop me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.